Howdy gang, Frankie Day back again on YouTube. Today on YouTube I have an update build report, part number 3 of Frankie Day's Battle of Britain group build of our Airfix 124 scale Spitfire Mark 1. On the build so far, I'm pretty much neck to neck on Warren's build. I've got my cockpit all completed, all the details that go with it completed, it's all been painted. My Rolls-Royce Merlin engine is all completed, ready for installation, and ready to close up the fuselage pretty closely. Right here, I'd like to show you on the update build report on what's been done on my Spitfire. Gee, fellas, I'm at this pretty much all day. I got about almost 2 or 3 days on this engine. My Merlin engine is complete, and following a wiring diagram on the actual real engine, using a walk-around follow-up publication by Steve Brtian. My engine's pretty much realistic compared to the real thing, and with the extra wiring that I put on the model itself, on the engine itself, it fits pretty good. I tested it to the motor mounts of the fuselage, and so far it has not presented any problems whatsoever. So I'm pretty well relieved of that. And engine's complete with the exception of the baffles, the exhaust baffles. I'll do those last, folks. I got after the fuselage is together, and I'll go ahead and take those baffles. They got to be opened up so you can see the excess way of the exhaust as it's exited from the engine when during fired up and being run. I gave the engine a coat of Krylon Clear, as Warren calls it, varnish, which is the same thing. The varnish actually gives a little bit of a sheen, which I like very much. It preserves the paint, keeps the paint on there so it don't come off. And the same thing is applied to interiors. Okay, fellas, starting with the port side of the fuselage, I'll swing around. I painted the side of the fuselage gray-green, which is interior green, what the English used, and I gave it a slight wash to bring up the details inside the cockpit itself. And the pneumatic bottles behind is all aluminum. On the plans they call for, on the instructions they suggest it's blue and yellow. That's not true. On the real one, it's all yellow. It's all aluminum. So I made all aluminum, and I highlight some details. And the throttle quadrants are painted through. I had some wiring on that side of the fuselage. On the right side of the fuselage is where all the bulkheads, the seats, and throttle quadrants, everything has been installed. It's right there. Get a little closer, you can see it. On the instrument panel right there where the dial console's at, I used a satin black. I airbrushed the satin black till it was almost like a dull color, almost like a flat. I let it dry for about a day. I went back and dry brushed it very, very sparingly with a dry brush, using aluminum. I raised the details. On the dial faces itself, I use an amber by using a felt tip marker. I get a little closer, you can see a little bit of the there you go. It's a little closer, fellas, but as close as I can get. I'll try to get as close as I can to get a pretty good view. There you go, fellas. That's not the best it's going to get on this webcam. I haven't got the software loaded up yet, guys, on my new camera I got, though. I'm pretty dumb and dumber when it comes to software. My brother is an electrician, so I gave him a call. He's going to get everything hooked up for me, so hopefully by next week I'll have a camera fired up and everything will be in order, and you can see close-up views of my work and some tutorials I'll be doing long, and we'll get that all squared away. It's down the road next week. As you can see, I got the interior is painted with English interior green, using gray and chromatic green mixed together as per using federal color charts that I use. The oxygen bottle right behind the seat is all yellow, and I got the wiring right behind it, and the gun sight is mounted right on top of the the dial council, you can see, and tail wheel, I added some green there too, as you can see a little bit of the tail wheel area in there, and that'll be that. And once the engine's installed, downhill slide, get everything else done. I should have this thing done probably about 2 or 3 weeks, taking my time. So I got a 30-day build period on this on my build, so it gives a lot of you fellas ample time to get it done and finish up on your plate before you get started. And I'm happy that Panzer Bill's bunker, I'm glad that he's joining in. He's going to finish up on his plate, see what he's got done. We got Clint, the Mad Modeler. He's got a good start on his 109, 148 scale. He's come along quite well. And Warren, he's up there, real good. The engine, that Delmar Benz engine he's got on there looks superb. The cockpit on 109 is very superb. And he's letting it dry like I did mine and go back and do some weathering on it. Give it a shot of varnish or crystal or clear clear spray. I use Krylon Clear, and works about the same thing, just different terms how it's used. Once the fuselage all together, fellas, I'm going to go ahead and I put the exhaust baffles on my engine and get those installed, and I'm opening up the locating holes on the interior frames with the inspection panels on the front side of the fuselage, so that it'll snap back and forth. I can take them off and view the engine. And this is pretty much a highly detailed kit. You know, these 124 scale Airfix kits, they're to catch me out because of the plastic. I really enjoy them. I got 2 109s in my stash, 124 scale. I'll probably be building those down the road. Not too shortly. I got other fish I got to fry though. I got Malotros going, so I'll give you a little sneak preview how much I got done on that. So right now on my Messerschmitt, I'm going to go on my Spitfire. Excuse me, folks. I'm going to go ahead and install the engine in there and prepare the fuselage before joining the fuselage halves together. And before that's done, there's a linkage that fits behind the fin where the rudder is attached to. It's movable, and it's got to be installed before the fuselages are closed in. So that's got to be prepared first before the fuselage is closed up. Once the fuselage is closed up, I'll just go ahead and check for fitness and use a little filler rod needs. I dry fitted before I started construction, fellas, and it fits quite excellent. So thank heavens I don't have to worry about using too much filler on it. That's a great relief right there, in all due respects. After that, let's go ahead and start working on the horizontal stabilizer and get that ready, get that attached. So I got a lot of things I got to be doing here and there. So right now on this video right here is mostly pertains to the update construction of my Airfix 124 scale Spitfire, and I'm pretty much happy with it, and that'll be that. And Steve, Jake, he's got a Hawker Hurricane he's starting on, and welcome aboard, Steve. And you got to get an update going so I can see how your progress is going, buddy. Alex, if you're listening, buddy, I hope you're taking heed for all of us, all of our concerns towards your health and everything. And I hope you ingested what we're suggesting, and because we're worried about you, buddy. You know, I mean, we're all like a family here. We all take care of our own here. It's funny thing about life, you know. It's like birds of a feather that flock together. You know, we're all flocking in the same direction, and we take care of our own. So, Alex, please take it easy, buddy. You know, we don't want you sick. I can tell by your eyes, buddy. You're just dirt tired. I imagine the time you walk that front door, you got to turn around and bring your rear end in and close the front door. You're that tired. And so get some rest, buddy, and talk to your watch commander. Say, I'll do 8 hours. It's not worth to do extra hours just to get plastic, buddy. I mean, I know that money is good out there, everything like that, but you got a lot of crazy garbage people out there you're gonna deal with every day, and I'm like just like Durance said, you're gonna be so tired, and God forbid you maybe get into a competition with one of these knuckleheads, you can get hurt. And you got a lot of crazy people out there who have no respect for the law at all, even themselves in general. So please rest up, buddy, and take care of yourself, man. We're worried about you, buddy. Okay, guys, before I close off this video right here, I'll give you a little fast sneak preview of my Albatross SA-16B by Trumpeter. So far, I applied aluminum plate on it, same thing I done on my F100 Hun. And, excuse my back, fellas, I'm going to get up and grab my Albatross and give you a fast look. There it is. Gleaming and shining just like my F100. I got to move the maskings on the windows, on the canopy areas, the tail section, the wing tips. And I got some decal paper that I made. Then I'm going to go ahead and I cut it out 3/32 strips that I've been painted black previously. So that was a border line to separate the aluminum from the yellow. It's come along pretty good. Well, fellas, it's time to get off here. I'm 11 minutes and 36 seconds and counting. I don't want to overdo my YouTube. In other words, they'll cut me off short and I have to redo it again. I don't want to go through that, so they give me a little leeway. So they give me I don't want to take a mile, but they give me a couple inches here and there. I really appreciate it. Thank you, YouTube, fellas. Anyway, gang, I'd like to thank everybody out there for your comments, and may God bless. And happy modeling, and please subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next YouTube presentation, fellas. Happy modeling, and like Lenny says, which is great, paint your face, paint your fingers, be good to your mom, and you square with the house. And makes sense. It makes sense, works for me, and also make mama happy. It'll take away your glue if you don't. Anyway, fellas, we'll catch you on the next YouTube presentation. Bye, boys.